young girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vannas. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Spieth at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
It's one of them ones, man. You just in the car, man. It's like when you in the car, you just think about everything, man. Definitely when you by yourself and you just cruising on the highway, man. Yeah, this got me thinking. On that cap, swerving through traffic, listening to trap. My windows ain't tinted, so notice me. 4 braids, Yankee fitted, yeah, know it's me. I'm everywhere comfortable, but I'm still attentive. A young with money will make offended. I ain't flashy, I'm classy, but I ain't stupid either. Never show up to that's hungry and eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that. It was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find hope in this hopeless world we live in. What you give is what you given. Gotta make wise decisions. Gotta stay tunnel vision. Gotta avoid collision. Keep scratching the surface and keep your palms itching. Gotta pay moms a visit. It's been a while. I've been working. She keep telling me she miss her child. I find myself passing the house, then I spin around.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 319! 319!
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
3-19! 3-19!
They'll look to throw here. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Man 5-7. Go.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lefty.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw is Wentz. Screenplay, Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Wentz. And here he's got Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hang in there now.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Good chip.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Elliott puts this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting a 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on...
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. A big play there out of Kamara, 48 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined, no one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play. And a fresh set of downs. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ohio!
And here's Marshall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And they're going to stop him short of the 20 with a penalty flag down. And what's the call here? Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down.
Run, run. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's back 2. Let's back 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Here we go now. 319. 319.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. He finds Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
This is Marshall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. in for the score. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it in.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
81, 81. Hey, Ford, Tokyo. Lion. That's it. Gold. Black. Hey, stat.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. This is Johnson, he's got it. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Guilt trip is here, baby. Guilt trip is here.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
Back to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
82.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Lion! Here we go. I'm waiting! Hey, Gray 15!
Now Wentz on third down. Underneath for Johnson. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Lefty.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Hang in there now. There we go, back. Waiting! Gold! Here, sit! Black!
Wentz to throw on second down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
We're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Go. 120! This 5-7. 90 is a mic. You better be afraid of me.
They get it to him running left. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at about the 31. And this one will be brought back to the 22. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
to throw now on 2nd and 10. He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They run it again with Kamara. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Marshall. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Myers. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And let's not take for granted, in these conditions, that's never an easy pass and catch.
You really got to find a way to drive the ball. You know, get your grip. You know, that's why we see some of the guys now, they'll put the gloves on when they throw the ball in this type of a condition. Sometimes the glove might make it too slippery. So you've got to figure out what's going to work for you. But how about the receivers? Looking back and trying to locate the ball coming through snow and making sure they have full concentration.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. From midfield, here's Wentz. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Johnson, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Working from the gun, Wentz. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now back to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They'll look to throw here, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Wentz now to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Flush to his right. Aguilar has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. On the ground, this is Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been two ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Let's find two. Let's find two. Here we go. Here we go. Waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Forward, Tokyo. There we go. Back. 180. Great.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Waiting.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Great.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football,